Hi guys, I'm back. I've done my little bit of stitching and have basically done a little hemming stitch all the way around my frame there. So that's all down and secure. So now I'm just looking at sewing on my tablecloth, which is actually in two pieces. I'm actually just going to stitch underneath first these bits and pieces just because I don't want obviously to see the white in the back and I want to see the bottom little bits of this. So I need to pull it up a bit. I'm going to just do stitches on these. I'm not going to try and hide it. I'm just going to stitch them on and use the stitching as just a bit of extra texture. So I'm literally going to I've just found some old bits of a lovely tablecloth that's a really nice, thick, gritty linen. And I'm literally just going to do some big stitches to hold it in place so that when I go to stitch my tablecloth on, there's something underneath it, basically. So that if it flaps up a bit, if I've got a few gaps, that it doesn't matter. And all you see underneath is this lovely bit of cream tablecloth. I'm just going to stitch around. This is a bit of tablecloth that I've cut and embroidered rows off, I think, from memory, and kept. I think it's upside down, but that's right. I just really like this texture. I'm just going to go over a bit. I'm just going to stitch along the outline of it. My blue line that shows the edge of my what you're going to see in my frame is there. So I'm going to do just some stitching, not overthinking it. That's the key. Hey, stitching along so that it stays in place. I don't want to make it so thick that I can't bend it. If I need to bend it over the edge of the front of the backing, the cardboard backing, heavy cardboard backing that I have. I'm just going to go back along the other side of this so that she doesn't move. I am just going to stitch so that my stitches are on the inside of that line. You can see that, just so that I'm not going to make it really hard to bend by stitching right on the line, but also then that might be a little feature that you see, stitching underneath. So I don't know what's underneath my table. Really interesting to see how everyone approaches this. It's so different, hey. Some people are just so neat and tidy and their pieces are just immaculate, and you know, mine looks like someone's rolled it up and put it in a tumble dryer for a while and let it out. Some ladies have made the most beautiful tablecloths that are woven. They look fabulous. So really looking forward to seeing how they all turn out. Now I'm just going to go a little bit further out and stitch it so I'm not flapping about in the wind. And this just gives me a bit of room to play with my design. It's great doing something different because you have to improvise and create and come up with ideas all of the time. And this big stitching is good for my hand. It's not as fine as what I was doing today in the car, so, and I'm not having to push through. I mean, it's through two very easy layers of fabric, so sometimes I'm pushing through 4, 5, 6 layers and seams and what have you. So that's that bit sewn down. I'm not going to lift that. I'm just going to turn these guys over. They're going to flap over a bit, but that's all right. Again, I'm just going to go up inside the blue line, which is the outline of my actual frame. To there. I'm just going to make that one longer, a little bit more bang for my buck, so I don't throw anything away, hey. Plus these are beautiful little bits of fabric to use in cards. And it's a slow stitching, oh no. I'm just going to tie a knot in that and just see how that goes. See how that looks for my tablecloth. Now my tablecloth's actually in two because that's the piece that I had. So I pulled it up a bit further. It is a bit stained here. You won't see that bit. But you will see, you can see where my blue line is. I do want to see, I want to see this and I want to see that. So So if I'm inside that bottom line, I'm good. And I was going to line you up, my friend, like that. I think that one's embedded, Nick. I'm going to overlap you the other way. Okay, that's good. Now you can see where I have a gap in the blue. I've got a little gap here, so I'm going to stick another little bit of that offcut there. This tablecloth just keeps on giving. Just going to pop him on that side there, and see that side you won't see. Perfect. I'm just going to use what I have threaded. Doesn't matter that it's different. It's going to be way, 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 way in the background. Use what you have. I'm just going to come up here and pretty much go along just inside that blue line that I can see, which I know is the outline of my turny over bit, if that makes sense. Back for good luck. Okay. Should we see? So I am actually working, I'm supposed to be working on the flower prompt today, but I didn't realise I haven't done all this yet, but that's okay. It's all one. Let's have a look. So now we're cooking with gas. So here, that bit's going to fold into there like that. Like it's all one big happy family, just like that. And again, I like that because it's not completely straight. So I'm going to stitch my tablecloth down with, not you, maybe you. Another op-shop purchase. So I don't want my tablecloth flat, God forbid. So I'm going to just strategically do some stitching, because as I stitch other things on top of the tablecloth, that will keep it in place. But again, we don't want any flapping about, so I will just pop a few pins in so that I can roll and work. And again, my tablecloth needs a straight horizon. So there, like that. Little fella's a bit sneaky, sticking up. Again, this was I think it was like a table center piece. I've used some of it for my little baglet that I just made, and I'm sure I'll use all of it. Okay, where's my needle? There it is. So again, being strategic with my stitching. I need a studio cleaner-upper to just work behind me like a kitchen hand, you know. So I'm actually going to stitch. I'm going to stitch around these little holes, because then I know that they're not going to flop on up and show me what I don't want to see. Bear with me, I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. I might just do one little stitch around the 4 holes. And again, there's a fault on this, and that's okay. I embrace all of that. It might even be some of that blue pen that disappears in the water. Not is what it is. All right, so that's one bit. Now I'm going to just do a couple of little stitches here, just to kind of keep the outside of where I am. So I like to keep my options open. So have you joined in with this one? Have you shared what you're doing? Please share. So many people say, oh, I don't want to share, it's not good enough. Absolutely, everything. There is no right or wrong. Everybody's work is worth sharing, because I think every time I look at someone else's work, I think of something new and get inspired. And sometimes it's just also seeing the joy and the enjoyment that someone's had creating a project. It's like you get to share in that. There's so much going on in the slow stitch space at the moment, which is really exciting. Seems to be a world that supports each other, so that's great. So yeah, I'm just going to go along there. I don't want it flat. I haven't ironed it. I'm going to do a little random one up in the middle of nowhere here. And then up to the floor. And you can see now through those holes, all you can see is that nice tablecloth underneath. So is that going to create a problem for me? Here, see how I've got the holes? I don't think so, because that's where my vase is going. So at the moment, I'm just going to put some stuff, put those little bits of linen along the front there. Perfect. I'm going to continue my little wander up the side here. Little thingy there. I'm so glad I get to use this frame. It has been hanging around literally for probably 20 years. You know, it's one of those things that whenever we've moved, my husband has seen an opportunity to say, should we chuck this? No. It will have a purpose one day. Okay, so now I'm going to go back up under here. I'm going to just give myself the same little pinch down around these these three little holes, whatever they're called. I'm sure there's a name for them. So 2 here. And then that should be enough if I do that along. And then like a random one here. That should be enough to get me going with being able to do my background. So do this across. Do this across. So you can't really see these stitches. My tablecloth's nice and lumpy and gorgeous. Looks like it's layered. That's what I want. And over here. So it really is a bit of choose your own adventure. Okay. I'm going to go up to these guys here. And again, just because I kind of want to control what's happening behind the holes. Is there a name for that? The holes in doilies? Always been a doily fan, but I don't know the technical term. I've never been a doily maker. Just going to come along here and do the same. So even though this is outside of where the frame will be, I want it to still sit while I'm creating the rest of the image so that I can get the big picture. I've wandered right back over here again to capture. Pucker, no puckering. So do one right in the middle, like that. How much room do I have to tie off? Perfect. Okay, let's just have a look at that. So now, here we go. This is what we have so far. My tablecloth, I reckon, if I put a bit of water on that, it will come off. But if you see where my line is on the other side, oh, it might be right on it. Doesn't matter. Got my tablecloth down. I have my picture in the background. I'm going to do some more elaborative stitch on here. I have my vase. So here is my vase, and my vase has got a dodgy side, but that's okay. I kind of want it. Don't want to lose that. There. Let's have a look at this little sucker. This is stunning. Nairi Bartlam, did you send me this? I'm always tempted to use that side. Ho, ho, ho. Hard to resist. Who did that? I wonder who made it. So obviously the vase is going to do that. So I'm going to cut. Yes, I am. I'm just going to cut. I'm just going to get my scissors that are a little bit smaller because I'm not great at opening scissors still. And again, I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm going to cut around my flowers. And then all this yummy brown I'm going to keep because I'm sure I will find a use for it in my composition somewhere. And yes, you can cut needlepoint. They don't fall apart. They do fray, obviously. But again, this is going to be behind a frame. So I quite like the frayed look. While I'm cutting, I'm just going to roll this up because I have learned the hard way, that these can make a real mess when you're cutting them up. Cut around here. Up around my roses. I love it. I see Nairi's selling all sorts of treasures. I've had to stop myself. We're on a no spend till Easter. You've made it really hard, Nairi, and Mac and Morgan as well. So I've actually just been living vicariously through your other buyers. We are on a year of money, year of financing and budgeting and trying to help our kids get ahead a bit this year. So don't feel bad. I have got lots and lots to get on with. I just covet and love the old stuff, and I just know now, though, there's so many people buying it, it's going to such good homes. And oops, my phone's just saying low battery. We're still going for now. So I'm probably going to cut this and pin her on, and then it might be time to go and have dinner. I think Sunday night dinner. My husband's making chicken nachos, which is his special meal that he makes, and a bit of apple pie. So it's my Sunday off, which is good. So all I have to do is turn up. Kids wash up. Awesome. Let's go. Let's see how this is looking. Again, keeping all of that, and all of that will determine yet if I cut down more into that. I think I'm going to, though. Just initial thoughts are, I want them at the back like that. Is he too big, that vase? Maybe. That looks better, doesn't it? Hello. Okay, so I'm going to cut you off completely. Just like I'm rearranging a real vase of flowers. He is in the wrong spot for my... I am going to create a bit of space in here for my beautiful wallpaper to show through. Again, I'm going to roll because I end up with bits and pieces everywhere. Cut the needle points up. I'm just going to say that. Do it. Be brave. What is the worst thing that can happen? Cut it into pieces. Use the pieces. If you don't like what you've done, use the pieces. It is better than it sitting in a frame in an op shop or in someone's drawer or at the tip. I am cutting a little bit closer here. I'm going to cut this down a little bit more in here. Oopsie daisy. I don't have a lot of control at the moment. You've noticed a little bit donkey on the edge. All right, here we go, down into here. I love it when you can start to feel what a project is going to be, and I'm just starting to get this now with this project. So this is where my ADHD means I don't want to eat or sleep. I just want to do this now until it's finished. Okay, that's looking better. And I'm going to cut this in a bit more, just so it represents the shape of the actual rose a bit more. Gives it a bit more of a an outline. It's good. Just thinking, I don't know. I'm going to cut down to this one, and I'll think about that one. All right, here, that's good. I'll just take you down to there. Again, this one down to here. Scissors are the worst for my hand. Pushing down's all right, it's the opening. Oops, pointy. So that's what we have. I think now I have to go down to here. See, I'm on low battery, but we're still going. I just cut off, people. It's just me and my dodgy filming again. I don't want to stop now. Hopefully you can start to see what I'm imagining. Is there anyone who's not coping? Says she's destroying it, but I'm not. I am celebrating it. I'm going to reuse, relove, restate the purpose for this beautiful piece. Okay, now I have managed to get some stuff everywhere, but let's have another look now. This was going to look better. So I've folded my pot up. It was too big. That's not how I folded it though, is it? I think it was about there. Bottom. Yes. Still going. Let's have a look. There's my stems. Really not going to see those, but anyway. Oh, hello. Beautiful. So at the back of my, how's my pot looking? Back of my table, I have a fabulous bunch of flowers. A random little guy who needs a new home. I'm just going to cut this off screen so that it doesn't drop bits of brown all over my freshly shaken piece. You know what? Sometimes the best thing is to not think and just do. At the end of the day, it's a bit of fabric or it's, no, that's all it is. Ha ha ha, what do you think? I'm just looking through the screen because sometimes that's the best way. So let's go long. Do I have everything in there? Let's go long. Look, I'm going to leave long. I know that Rachel and Sarah was saying about putting it at the back. I don't know that I can. Let's try it. Let's put it right back. Let's go. The vase is at the back of the table. I might go off the top then, because obviously they have plans for other things. This one is there. I don't want it that way, so it has to go there. Yeah. Up the top. Go up there. See, at the moment I'm losing here. Let's just pull you in. I want all of this in my, do not want to lose one bit of these beautiful roses made by somebody somewhere. How's that looking? Let me look. Okay, it's not bad. I do lose a chick in there, but that's all right. The alternative is, there's this one, or the alternative is I can put it on this side, which I don't think I'll like, but let's try it. So, you know, there's a painting in the background. This is the painting, by the way. There is a vase of flowers on the table. Have a look. Oh, you know what? I don't hate that. Actually, that might be better. What do you think? I actually think that's better. There's my vase. So my flowers are peeking out over the top. And then I will probably get a bit of this, which is here. And I'm just looking at that and thinking it doesn't make me happy just yet. I'm just going to, will this tear? No. Just going to do a little bit of a band across the neck of my vase, like you would have. I'm hoping this doesn't just die. Right, so I'm just going to do that. And that. Perfect. I'm going to do you like that. Okay. So in my head, I have a plan. I'm just not pulling it off just yet. So you know the top of a vase, how you have a little kind of, I'm just going to pull you out and cut you shape of my vase. Gosh, I got all the bigger scissors. Let's try that. So again, where's the edge? See, that's quite a bit over. There's my edge there. I should have done that in a different coloured thread. Note to self, do it in a different colour thread. Okay, so that is all in my image. I don't know if I can pull off that painting. And I like that better now that it has a little bit more embellishment. I'm just going to do the same thing on this side so that it is the same shape. So my vase isn't so flat. That's why I wasn't liking it. I'm still not at the back though, am I? Where's the top? I can go up a bit. Sarah, I'm trying to go to the back. Okay. And then, I don't like that base, but I'm sure we'll hide it with other things. Okay, how's that looking? Oh, I like it through the camera more than I like it in real life. Well, thanks for popping in. My phone's about to die. It's so nice to be back stitching. Thank you to Kate. Thank you to anyone who's mentioned me and talked about my work in the last little bit. And if you want some inspiration, please go and see Kate in the Nest or Dottie B's Vintage or To Be Loved Treasures by Corinne. They are all doing fabulous stuff in this space and just such different and amazing ideas. And of course, the Roxy girls, goes without saying, who have inspired this whole work. So thanks for popping in. I'm actually happy with it there. What do you think? Who knew? I didn't think I would do blue. See how I have this here? That's my challenge. I can either just cut another little bit, and we're going to go with the fact that it overlaps and not worry about it. If I just do this freehand, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. You won't even know. And I quite like the fact that it's a bit Frankenstein's monster, because, you know, it's her own. So I will see you next time. I don't know if I'm brave enough to stitch this down so I know what the next thing is, but no more stitching for me today. My hand's a bit sore. So thanks for popping in. Hope you have a great week. I hope you get some stitching. This isn't straight. And I'll see you next week. Bye.